Previously on Blue Healers.
10?
Tell them we have a warrant to search these premises for illegal substances we believe may be housed here.
What are you talking about?
Amphetamine could be an ounce here. That's a trafficable quantity.
I don't care if there's enough speed there to power a bus. It isn't mine.
Michael, what are you doing here?
Hey, Lindsay. He's her brother.
Escaped prisoners?
Who's out there?
Dawn and Cooper.
Don't move! Don't come any closer!
Dean, put the gun down!
Shut up!
You're nothing. You get that through your thick head. I can kill you just like that.
Is that Croydon?
Yes, it is.
Tell him I want him down here.
He's got in, sir.
Who?
Sergeant Croydon is negotiating with Dean Shipley.
What?
What's that in your pocket?
Where?
In your top pocket, there!
It's just my glasses.
Back off! Are you a gun? Are you a gun? Are you a gun? Tom!
508 to VKC. A shot has been fired inside the hotel. Repeat, a shot has been fired inside the hotel. Stay back.
Rick, you kill him! Stay there! Stay there! Now! Now! Come on, Tom's been shot! Rick, get out of here! Susan, I told you to stay! Get out of here!
Stop that gun! You drop the gun! All right,
Officer down. Sergeant Croydon has been shot. Get the paramedics in here.
Hold on, Nicholas. Hang in there, boss. Come on, boss. Everything's going to be fine. Shut up.
Your life's on me now! He's gonna be okay. Dad! Gonna be okay. No vital organs. What's the heart rate? He's just unconscious. He's gonna be alright. He's unconscious.
Come on, Chris, it's up to hospital with you.
That was the one that got bashed, not me.
Procedure, mate.
He's a lot of cups.
So he's lost a lot of blood.
Bloody fool, obviously thinking of going in there in the first place.
He's trying to prove himself to you. Isn't that obvious? 24 years loyal service and you treat him like a criminal.
Worthless piece of crap. Now you wake up and pay attention. You hear me?
2:15 p.m. Senior Detective Hasham present. You are not obliged to say or do anything unless you wish to do so, but anything you say or do may be recorded and given in evidence. Okay?
No.
What was your purpose in going to the hotel?
Come on, man. I'm hurting.
Mr. Irvine asked you a question, Dean.
I need medication, man.
You saying you're sick?
Yeah, I'm sick. I am. I'm sick.
Interview suspended at 2:16 p.m. for the purpose of obtaining a doctor
You've
to
got so
examine
much
Mr.
junk in your
Shipley.
bloodstream. You're rattling.
Oh, come on, man. Give me a break,
You
will
shot
you?
a cop, my friend.
I'm
Get
sorry.
nothing.
I'm sorry.
You better pray he doesn't die.
Oh, come on, man. I'm dying here. I need something. Please, man. Just a couple of rowies. Maybe you got some Ritalin or something. You want to know about the prison van bust? I can tell you, man. I can tell you. I can tell you.
All right.
Oh, come on, man.
I'll see what I can do.
This is your brother's fault. You can tell him that.
You guys ready to come through the casualty?
Yeah, I don't know why, though. It's not like I'm in shock or anything. Thanks, Gina.
She's right, you know, if it weren't for ID putting the pressure on, boss wouldn't be in there.
Let's go back to the station.
So you proud of your brother, Mags?
Look, Wayne, we're both upset about what happened. Let's not say anything to make it worse.
You know, internal investigations would be a great career path for you. You're such a goody two-shoes, you'd make a great toe cutter.
Oh, stuff you, pal. You could walk.
Doc, there must be something you can get the little jerk.
PJ, he's a speed freak. He's just going through withdrawal. Otherwise, he's in pretty good health.
We need to get him talking, Doc, now. Can you help us out here, please?
I'm not going to feed him drugs just so you can interrogate him.
Thanks a lot, Dr. No. That's me why I chose to work this side of the law.
DJF, mate.
Yeah. Here's the vitamin C, matey.
Tops are all Wayne's. You got a cold coming on, haven't you?
No, a junkie wants a hit. I'll give him a hit.
Brilliant. What's he on?
Everything. Uppers, downers, speed.
Speed?
Yeah.
Man, Thomas, police, then you can't sell short speaking? Sir. Yes? Yes, I'll tell him. Tell me, sir. Adamson's on his way here.
Nate Faulkner's day.
Sir, Chief Superintendent Adamson's on his way here. He'll be here in an hour.
What's the matter? I wanted to see.
Okay, old me, why?
You want to swap duties for a while?
What's up?
Might save Wayne from being strangled.
TJF, eh?
Yeah.
What are they, man?
They're uppers. I got them from a truck.
Okay, Schnotty. What do you know about the prison van hijack?
You want to take the cuffs off first, pig?
In 2 seconds, I'm going to take your head off.
I was driving a Corolla.
Who was a woman in the car?
There was no woman, man. It was Olive.
Olive who?
There's a photo in there. Say hello to Olive Kotovich.
Christ almighty.
She planned the whole thing, you know. Every bloody detail.
Very cute. Thanks. Olive Katovich. Add her description to the SKP bulletin.
Yep.
So, our friend in there says he's in love with her, believe it or not.
Good God. Does he know where the SKPs are now?
Well, we're working on that.
What on earth was the siege in Ada?
Don't know yet.
Schultz?
Yes, sir.
Get on to Draper and Buchanan, will you? They're interviewing the prison van crew at St David's.
Right out.
Sir, do you want to take a look at this? Do you remember that service station robbery in Fairfield last month?
Not likely to forget it, am I? A policewoman was shot dead.
Olive Katovich matches the description of the killer. 160 centimetres, tattoos, fair hair, Middle European features. The other robber called her Livy.
Bring task force and homicide up to speed, eh, Max?
Yeah. Yeah, hi. Can I please speak to Detective Senior Sergeant Hallam?
She told me her brother was going to be in the prison van. She said if I helped her bust him out, she'd go to Queensland with me. She told me she loved me. It turns out the guy was her boyfriend all along. Jesus, man, what were those pills? Bloody lollies or something?
Why'd you go to the Imperial Hotel, Dean?
I know the pub, you know. I know you guys drink there, and I thought I'd be safe.
Safe from what?
Those cons were going to tear me apart, man. You see, I just took off, you know, and I thought Olive would come looking for me to shut me up, so I...
Why are they going to tear you apart?
Jesus, I don't know.
What did you do, Dean?
Nothing. I didn't do nothing.
Why did you take hostages?
I don't know. I saw the uniform, and then I freaked out.
Why did you demand to see Sergeant Croydon, Dean?
I only wanted to show the fat old bastard he couldn't treat me like a kid no more. I didn't mean to kill him.
Where are the escapees now?
Oh, Jesus, man, I'm wrecked. I need medication, man.
Interview suspended at 3:07 for the purpose of obtaining a doctor to examine Mr. Shipley again.
Dean, don't make the mistake of being more terrified of them than us, okay?
We have a Forestry Commission map reference of a possible location for the escapees. Map 281 at Echo 15.
It's informed.
Received that, Mount Thomas.
Bye-bye.
Doyle, call in the team leaders for a briefing at 1600.
Yes, sir. Sergeant Croydon's still in surgery. He has a bullet lodged in his clavicle. They're having problems getting enough B-negative blood.
Well, maybe one of us.
They're running over 4 units from St David's now, sir.
I've taken over your office, Detective. You don't mind, do you?
Oh, it's all right, Sergeant. If I had a woman, you can have her as well.
For a briefing at the Mount Thomas Police Station at 1600 hours.
You fax these over to Senior Sergeant Draper at St David's, please?
Well, can't you use a fax machine, Michael? Your hand's painted on.
What's up, Maggie?
What, who's asking, my brother or I?
Come on, Minzy.
No, Michael, is it a trick question?
Grow up.
Susan Croydon was right about you. Tom's the most decent man I know, and you treat him like a criminal.
You're suffering from short-term memory loss, eh?
Oh, and what's that supposed to mean?
Do you remember Senior Detective Sean Neal? Your ex-boyfriend? Detective Sergeant Peter Grantham? They all had secret lives you knew nothing about. Personally, I hope Tom Croydon's as honest as you want him to be. He might be. Then again, he might not. I'm going to find out.
No wonder Dad never mentions your name anymore.
The most successful crooks are the ones we least suspect.
Oh, whoever made this coffee ought to be shot. Oh, I'm sorry, Susan. 3:55. The afternoon rush is just starting, or it would be if the pub wasn't shut.
What a disaster.
You're not wrong.
You heard about what they found in our bathroom?
The speed, yeah, it's all over town. I mean, the news is, not the speed. Well, the speed could be all over town for all I know. Tom Croydon, the drug baron, sure. Oh, I'm sorry, Susan. Tom is no more of a drug dealer than I am, which I am not. I mean, I know he stumbles across drugs from time to time, but I just can't imagine him pocketing this stuff, can you? God, I wish I could shut up. My mouth is out of control. I mean, how do you reckon that stuff got into your bathroom?
It's planted there by those internal investigation morons. What else?
We think they're hiding in a holiday house in the bush. Here. Your job's to seal off the area. Now, you're all familiar with Project Beacon. When the area is secure, I'll get in touch with the escapees by phone and invite them to give themselves up. If all else fails, we'll call in the soggies. Questions? Do you know these men are armed and extremely dangerous? This is their female accomplice, Olive Katovich. Takes a good picture, doesn't she? We think she's the one responsible for killing a police officer in Fairfield 2 months ago.
So, is it true that she actually waited around for an officer to answer the call?
That's PCI's theory. Treat her with the utmost caution.
Thank you very much.
All right, I'll hand you over to Sergeant Irvine.
Sir, Sergeant Croydon's out of danger. He's going to be okay.
That's good news, eh, sir? We're back to face the charges before you know it.
Yep. Sir, good to see you.
How's Tom Croydon?
Well, he's going to be okay.
I'm glad to hear it. Well, Ted, what's the opposite of a red letter day, eh? Jailbreaks, sieges, or has anything else happened since you last spoke to me? Well, why don't you organise me a cup of coffee? We can talk in your office. You, point me in the direction of the dunny.
Here's a hanky. Isn't that what your mum taught you?
Hello?
Tiger.
Got a broken collarbone. And they had to make an incision to get the bullet out, but the surgeon says it'll heal like new. Do you remember what happened?
I remember the smell of a grilling steak.
Probably counter lunches.
Chris and Adam.
Yeah, they're fine. The guy who shot you's down at the station. Being tortured, I hope.
We're not allowed to do that anymore.
That's what they were doing to us. Your so-called friends.
I was hoping all that was a bad dream.
Some water.
No. Why didn't you tell me you'd been charged with possession?
Some marijuana, that's all. Because I knew how you'd react.
That speed they found. Was it yours?
It wasn't. It's the truth. Look, I have used it before, but I don't carry great big bagfuls of the stuff around with me.
For God's sake, Susan, using speed's a criminal offence. It's the first step on a life of crime.
Oh, don't be melodramatic.
Look, people just rob houses to pay for their habit. Girls like you end up prostituting themselves.
Chris Riley wants to say hello. very nice room. Oh, Tom.
Sir, number of the cottage?
Try it. They might answer.
It's ringing.
This is Inspector Faulkner of the Victoria Police. I want to speak to whoever... Bastard's hung up on me.
Bastards with no manners, Ted. You get the number from Telecom?
Yes.
You get the account details?
Well, the phone was only connected 2 weeks ago. I spoke to the real estate people. They said the cottage is a rental property, fairly run down, but it was rented out at the same time, sir.
They have details of the tenants?
A woman, late 20s, said she was looking for a quiet place to take a boyfriend on holidays.
That smart little bitch. She's planned this for 2 weeks.
It looks that way.
Well, we're not dealing with amateurs out there, Ted, obviously.
Phone's engaged. I must have left it off the hook.
I hope so. I hope she hasn't decided to ring the media.
Declined their invitation to surrender.
Did you say pretty please?
We're giving them until 5 o'clock.
Well, maybe we should send in pizzas while they're thinking about it, eh?
You're a cynic, PJ.
$10, they make a run for it.
Oh, get out of the way. All right, mate. On your way. Thanks very much. A lot of fun.
That'll teach you to swap duty. Mate, you're always making allowances for her, aren't you? The lot of you. All you got to do is chuck it tandy.
Yeah, it's your problem, mate, isn't it? You're smart enough to know you're not as smart as Maggie.
Where's your acting sergeant's badge, eh? Didn't get a Guernsey this time out.
What did you bring on about?
Mate, the chances are the boss is either going to go disability or IID are going to nab him. Either way, you're in the chair.
That's so much tripe. Just shut up. I haven't even done my sergeant's course yet.
I wouldn't serve under you if you were sergeant, mate. I'd get a transfer. Thanks, miss. We just need to check your car.
Oh, yeah, what's happening?
We're just looking for a couple of escaped prisoners. So did you plant it?
You go to me?
I said, did you plant the speed in the boss's house?
Now I know why Maggie doesn't want to borrow you one.
That'd be what the smart person would do, isn't it? The one who wanted the boss's job. Absolutely bloody useless, you are. You do nothing but talk crap. Thanks, miss. Drive on.
Decision. Oh, the gun, I mean, what makes a young girl decide to murder a police officer, eh?
Well, classic psychopath's desire to achieve notoriety.
You think so? What about you, Constable?
I don't know, sir.
No, you don't know, sir. You know, Ted, it's a mistake to think you're fully...
Ready for a Cooper and Chris Riley. Oh, and 2 coffees. Black for me when you got a moment.
4:30, they're going to make us come and get them.
I don't think we're accomplishing anything here, Ted. I think we'll head out to the scene.
Inform D24 we're attending. And get Nick Schultz in to give you a hand. Doyle? Doyle!
Yes, sir?
Get on to D24. Any calls will be on the air.
You're directed to pick up Constable Adam Cooper and Mrs. Chris Riley from Mount Thomas Hospital and return to Mount Thomas. Receive that, Mount Thomas 306?
Message received, VKC. Well, I'll see you later then, shall I? I'll tell you what, Constable Schizoid, you get lonely out here. You can always have a chat with those little voices inside your head.
See you later then, Sarge.
Many thanks.
You're welcome. Been spitting yours.
Maggie, sit down. Please.
I'll be back in 5 or 10.
Can't you relax for a second?
Oh, it doesn't pay to relax around IID, sir.
I'm not a sir, I'm your brother.
Yes, sir.
Give it a rest, will you, Minzy? It's me. What happened to my little sister?
She grew up.
Maggie, will you sit down, please? Look, I appreciate it's difficult to sympathise with what we do, but it's a necessary job. We do it objectively, we do it even-handedly.
But, Michael, everywhere you go, you create suspicion. And that just breeds more suspicion. It's a real cancer.
What's the alternative? No self-examination? Let corruption go unchecked?
No, but you assume that everyone's bent unless they can prove otherwise. Now, isn't that wrong? I think it's wrong. I couldn't prove that I was honest if you put me under a microscope. Michael, I don't understand why you joined up.
Family tradition. Fight the good fight.
So what went wrong?
Interview room, thank you, Constable.
How's the boss, Chris?
Oh, not bad. It's a bit soggy, I cried all over him. Is that your brother? Seems nice enough.
Well, he used to be.
What does that mean?
Oh, I don't know. Chris, do you think you ever really know anyone?
Well, I'd like to think that you do. Mind you, I thought I knew Dean Shipley till a stupid little idiot took a gun to me. It's changed my mind on a few things, I can tell you. Rehabilitation for one. I hope he rots in jail for the rest of his life.
Sir, has it occurred to you that that speed could have been planted at Sergeant Croydon's house? Well, it's interesting, don't you think, that speed is Dean Shipley's choice of drug? Don't you think?
You know better than to interfere with an internal investigation, don't you, Constable?
But, Senior Sergeant, if someone had planted the speed, then it could be connected to the prison van break. As a diversion, I mean, while we're gazing at each other's navels, they stand a better chance of escaping. It's occurred to you, hasn't it? Yes.
This is the weapon that was used to shoot Sergeant Croydon. Your weapon, Constable.
That's correct. Dean Shipley took it from me.
How'd you manage to do that?
He threatened to shoot Chris Riley if I didn't hand it over. I had no choice. Look, I don't believe there was any other course of action available to me. Wish there had been. I wish I could have taken the gun off him. Or maybe if I jumped up and wrestled the gun from him. There was a moment when he was focused on Sergeant Croydon. Or maybe if I had done something then, the boss wouldn't have been shot.
Seven minutes to go. We should hit the mongrels now. What's on there?
Sir?
Sir?
You sign a movement?
No, sir.
You could give them till 5 o'clock.
PJ suggested we send them in some food.
I don't think that'll be necessary, Detective.
Well, it's good to be at the sharp end for a change, Ted, eh? Smell that fresh air. Beautiful.
Can you explain to me why?
To feel better? To escape? I don't know. Why does anyone do drugs? It's no different to you sinking half a dozen beers after work.
Can't go to prison for that.
A lot of people should. Look, Dad, it's no big deal. I'm not some crazed drug addict.
When did it start? When your mum died, wasn't it? Are you still using them? It's like talking to some stranger. If it was Anna, I could understand.
Good daughter, bad daughter, you mean?
She is the one that usually takes the risks, that's all I'm saying.
Don't try to categorize me. You're always doing that.
I'm sorry.
People are full of surprises. For all I know, you could be dealing drugs because that speed in the bathroom was not mine.
I do not do drugs.
Nick, I did a search for Katovich that threw this up. 1982 June, a man called Goran Katovich, 43, was shot dead during a drug squad raid on a massage parlour in St Kilda.
That's Olive's dear old dad, is it? So who pulled the trigger on him?
Constable Judith Perlman. Their uniforms are outside the laneway.
So 82, Olive's 11 years old, so she had plenty of time to plan her revenge.
Miss Riley, please. Any developments?
Pretty soon, Senior Sergeant. Hopefully, anyway.
This is Sergeant Irvine speaking. It is now 5 p.m. The house is completely sealed off. You have no chance of escape. We don't want anyone to get hurt.
Speak for yourself.
Watch out.
You owe me $10.
Keep them down! One more! Cuff him! Oh, cheeky bastard. You all right, Ted?
Yes, sir. You all right?
Yes, Ted. Get off me, Thomas!
Hey, now, why don't you shut up, all right? Now, put him in the cells. We'll interview this one first. Come on.
You're a slow learner, pal. Lock him up. Leave it, son. You go home and put your feet up. Chilson Patterson will clean up. Hello.
Thanks, sir.
Susan, how's your father?
In pain?
You don't have to stay here, you know. You can go home.
To do what? Clean up the mess you left? Do some drugs, maybe?
Susan.
Look, I want to see this sorted out, Mr. Faulkner. I've got to talk to IID before they ruin Dad's life completely.
Simple question. All it requires is a yes-no answer, Dean.
Come on. Leave me alone, please.
You need any help, Senior Sergeant?
No.
No, just as well. I'm not very helpful anyway.
Did you plant 15 grams of speed at Sergeant Croydon's house?
Fat old bastard's completely stuffed now, eh?
Trouble's going to be proving it.
Dean. Dean Shipley, Dean, old mate. Boy, have I been looking forward to meeting you. I'm the station bully.
Senior Constable, don't.
Can't believe they didn't clean that up. It's disgusting leaving it for you to find when you get home.
I suppose they were too busy.
Hand it to me.
Thanks. It's not a very pleasant job, cleaning up Tom's blood.
Yeah, well, maybe if I'd kept my head, you wouldn't have to.
Adam, none of this was your fault. I don't know what those IID blokes said to you, but you've got nothing to be ashamed of. You did keep your head. You handled Dean as well as anybody could have. And if it hadn't have been for you, someone might have been killed. Either one of their customers or even me. And come on, leave that. Come and have a drink. Tell me what you want and make it something very expensive.
Where are they headed, Raymond?
What are you going to do for me?
We don't do deals.
I know how it works. I scratch your back.
No, thanks.
We'll talk about it after we pick up your mates, Raymond, if it's a result of your info.
I don't trust you.
Well, you don't have any choice, do you? You're looking another 5 years on top of your sentence, Raymond.
You got to tell them. I was forced to go along with the escape.
Where are Katovich and the boyfriend headed?
They're looking for first aid supplies, surgical instruments, antibiotics, that sort of thing.
Noel was hurt when the van went off the road.
Afterwards, that junkie Dean shot him when he found out Noel and Olive were on together. Noel's hurt pretty bad.
Now remember this. This girl's already killed one police officer. Don't let her add to the tally. Off you go.
told me she'd been using drugs, my first reaction was she'd broken the law, not what was wrong with her life. See, copper first, father a distant second.
It's understandable, boss.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe those IID mongrels are right. Maybe I've been in the job too long.
That makes two of us. Then here's something really terrible. I caught myself wondering before if you were dealing the speed. I guess seeing the ugly side of life day in and day out, it affects you. Sooner or later you start having ugly thoughts, you think the worst of people.
Maggie, you're always going to have bad days. The secret is not to let them ruin the good ones as well.
But boss, there are too many bad days. I'm not sure that I respect who I am anymore. I'm resigning. I wanted to tell you first.
Maggie, what I said before, don't take it seriously. God, I'm full of drugs. Sleep on it.
Well, boss, if I sleep on it, I'm afraid I'll change my mind.
Do me a favour. Sleep on it.
I'll see ya.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen my mummy?
Can't you find your mum?
She's gone.
Well, I'm sure she hasn't gone very far.
I can't find her.
Would you want to go and take a look for her? I'm Maggie. What's your name?
Kelly.
Okay, Kelly, we'll go and see the sister at reception. I'm sure she knows where your mum is. Kelly, be a good girl and stay here, all right? Emergency, I want you to ring 000. You tell them there's a code 9 in progress at the Mount Thomas Hospital, okay? A code 9, have you got it? Yep. Take that.
A chest opener sentence some sterile bandages from an operating theatre, but I couldn't find the drugs cupboard. Oh, God. How you doing? Hang in there, all right? We're going to find someplace safe, and then she can do her stuff. And you had better not let me down. Piece of junk! All right. Hang in there, babe. I'll be right back. Right. There you go. Oh, you just give me one excuse and I'll blow your brains out across the car. Get on your knees. Stand up. There. All right, it's all over. Yeah. Is that an injury? Oh, I thought I was going to die. It's okay, it's all right. Now, is there anything you can do for him? Katovich has been handcuffed to the four-wheel drive over there. He's in a pretty bad way. Looks like he's been shot through the lung.
How you doing? All good, Constable?
Yeah.
To the two bravest coppers I know, Adam Cooper and Tom Croydon.
Well, I don't know if the toe cutters would agree with you.
I reckon the IRD are like the public service. I reckon they'll let Tom off the hook after they've generated a couple of weeks' worth of paperwork.
Excuse me.
You're excused.
Yes, sir. Inspector Thornton will handle the telephone.
What's happened to Noel?
Yes, sir.
What have you done to him? What have you done to him?
Noel Mitchell's undergoing emergency surgery.
If he dies...
Get her out. Get her in the room.
If he
get
dies...
her out. Come on.
The girl's got my earrings on.
Hey?
They're one of a kind. I inherited them from Mum. Didn't even know they were missing.
How about that then, Senior Sergeant Doyle?
Yeah. Well, you remember what real crims are like if they get the chance, don't you, Sergeant? You know, like planting 15 grams of speed in someone's bathroom.
Yes, well, it's something to consider.
Well, perhaps you should consider it now, Senior Sergeant.
Yep, they're mine. Oh, get lost. They were a present.
Who from?
The space cadet, Dean. Come on, give us some back.
I have to tell you, Noel Mitchell didn't survive surgery.
What?
He died on the operating table.
Susan, obviously this will put a different complexion on the drug of dependence.
What, do you want a medal? Susan, I'll just grab the keys and give you a lift, okay?
Maggie, can I steal you for a moment, please?
Yeah.
I respect what you did today. I'm very proud of you. If there's a cancer around here, it stops with you. I like to think I'm making a difference too, Maggie.
Dad told me that when you were a kid, Michael, you used to pretend that you were Elliot Ness.
Some days I still do, little sister.
And I knew it was a plan all along. Classic setup.
Can't you stop talking like a policeman for just a minute?
I want you to promise me you'll stop using it.
I promise.
It's not just that it's against the law. It really is the thin end of the wedge. I've seen it countless times.
Dad, I promised, okay? Anyhow, it was only ever social use.
Social use.
I'm not going to end up walking the streets, all right?
All right. You better go and get some sleep. You look exhausted.
So glad.
Come here.
We just thought we'd say hello, are they? Yeah.
Susan's with him.
Yeah. Watch yourself. Having a bit of a tear in there. Leave them alone for a bit.
Hey, you. I think I owe you a bit of an apology. Not one of my best days.
Oh, everybody has bad days.
I never would have spotted those earrings.
You're saying it was a bit of a girl thing.
No, I'm saying you're observant, that's all.
Thank you.
Aren't you, what?
Do you want to... I'll buy you a beer.
Yeah, okay.
You in?
I'm going to run Susan home.
See you tomorrow, then.
See you later.
Today was my closest call ever. Very scary. Guess this sort of thing happens to you all the time.
If I did, I'd give up my job.
Maybe I should sell up and get out.
Where would we drink?
I'm tired, Adam. Wonder if they have retirement homes for old maids with attitude.
Old maid? Chris, you're the sexiest woman I know.
Oh my God, I think he's serious.
I swear, you've got so much more sex appeal than any of the girls I know.
Hey, for that, will you? Chris! No, come on. Let's get out of that commercial.
Working the late shift, Constable Doyle.
Just wanted to see you on your own.
You're quite a hero, Susan tells me. Not that I need telling.
I was just doing my job.
I'll sleep much easier knowing you're out there.
I'm thinking of holding off on that resignation for a while.